metals. You can see some key levels and some key areas. Now, obviously, there's structure to all of these. There's a buy trade here. There's a sell trade here that works out nicely, stretches. Sell trade up here works out nicely. There was a couple of buy trade opportunities here, but there was a very strong offer in, so there was no buy opportunity. You can see that if you just look at your screens for yourself. There was no buy opportunity during that bid watch. And obviously the next buy came in here, made a profit. The next buy came in here, made a profit. We haven't seen any more since then. So we've managed to try a couple of times off the bottom edges. The last time was this little trade here. This was the last trade that I took here. And it was just after 1500 hours. And you can see that that's a bid watch trade. Yeah. So Jack was asking a question, was there other trades, for example, that you could have seen that we haven't highlighted here? And the answer is yes. If there's no bids with them, though, there's no trades. Jack's point was, how long do you work these levels? And the answer was, depending upon whether the level is still invalid, whether the value is still valid, we keep working it for a short period. But obviously, if the market moves away from it by too much, we're gone. Anyway, we got bids coming in here anyway, so we didn't have to worry about that question. We ran the stops. We got the trade getting jammed at lower prices. So I actually entered this as a commercial because I thought the price was good for a commercial trade. It was obviously exhausted. So when it ran the sweeps, I was thinking it's going to make a nice little pro trade. Now, obviously, if you waited for the bid to come in, you would have been buying up here. And that's okay because you still made $200. Still made $200, right? Now, you might be saying, okay, so what about those bids that you didn't get, which was a bid watch here? Okay, so there was a bid watch here. So why did I not take any buys here at 1453? Because that's what the book looked like here. See it? The book is just straight sell side only. So why would I even contemplate buying that price? There's no way I'm going to do a bid at that stage. The value might be bid. I'm not going to buy it. Remember, it's called bid watch. If the market's offered, you can't be on a bid watch, can you? Well, you're on a bid watch, but you're not on a bid. Make sense? Now, I had an email the other day from one of the Smart Alpha asking about, obviously, the triggering and asking how much it's going to cost. So I went through the usual spiel, of course, that for today only, how much is it worth? How much is it worth to get triggers worth $3,000 a day on gold? How much is it worth to get $3,000 a day on gold per contract in terms of triggers with 95% win rate? How much is that worth? $10,000 a month, $1,000 a month, $5,000 a month. Well, if you're making $3,000 a day and you do that on 20 days, that's about $60,000 a month. $60,000 a month that you could be making on gold on its own per contract, mind, per contract. So a little 5 lot, you could be looking at $250,000 a month. Not a bad little outcome. So yeah, the idea of, well, let's discount it from $10,000 a month down to something slightly more manageable. But obviously, the truth of the matter is, it's not going to cost any more money for you guys anyway, because you're already in the room. So it's not going to cost you guys a penny. So obviously, if you're already on Smart Alpha, it's going to cost zero, big fat zero. But anybody new coming in, of course, they're going to be paying extra for coming in. So they're going to be paying extra for actually coming in to obviously look at it. So it's going to be priced up in sterling because obviously there's the tech guys involved in this time. So they're obviously going to want paid on this instead of and yet again, I don't make any money out of it. That's okay. It makes no difference to me. I make my money from trading anyway. I don't need Smart Alpha and I don't need the room. So I'm all good. I don't need paid from it. It'd be nice to be paid from it, well, wouldn't it? It'd be nice to get some money out of it, but it doesn't make any difference really. So looking good overall. So anybody coming in after obviously the class comes in, they'll obviously be coming in at a slightly bigger price, of course, with the algorithm. It'll be priced in sterling, not dollars. So it'll be in sterling, not dollars. It'll be, basically it'll be like 50 quid. And that's just because it's a UK company, it's going to be charging VAT, and that's the difference in taxation, of course. So they'll be charged at 50 quid a new join on those ones. But that's simply so that the tech guys that have been working on it can get paid a couple of grand or something like that. You know what I mean? They certainly don't need the money, but it's always good to have a reason why they do some work for us in the background, of course.